So please put your hands together and help me welcome Sabina Thorpe to the stage. Give it up, Sabina. Hello, Sabina. Have a seat.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to give you that so you can kind of
lovely.
drive the slides. But I'd like to just talk a little bit about this particular deal you did that was a joint venture deal. So talk us through this deal.
Okay, so this was my first commercial to residential deal. It was a old easy hotel that had the type of tenants that were staying there were easy alcoholics, drug really addicts, and the council were having really issues with the type of complaints, etc.
The problems that come with that
Absolutely,
kind of tenant.
yes,
Okay, right,
yes.
okay.
So, because really of the kind of team that we are, I like to build relationships, etc.
Yeah.
So we got this deal direct to vendor.
Right, and how did you find that vendor then?
Just by speaking to people. To be fair, we had my business partner had bought another really hotel as well off the same gentleman, and just by then saying, "Do you have really any others that you are looking to sell?"
Well, there you go. Write that one down, okay?
And then, because he said, just by chance, really happened to be there, really at the right time, right place.
Okay, and that's important, isn't it? Obviously.
Absolutely,
but
yes.
Isn't it important to let people know you're in the market for these things? Otherwise, they're not going to come back to you, right? So asking that question, do you have any others? If you ever want to sell them, come back to us and keep in touch with those people.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk through some of the numbers on this. So what did you actually do here as a deal?
So we bought it for well, in fact, if I just go back here, can you see the property on the end there?
Yes, yeah.
You know, like you teachers on Mastermind speak to the neighbours.
Yes.
So we sent them a letter to say, look, we've bought next door. We're really sorry if it's causing you really any kind of noise disturbance, etc.
Yeah.
Please call me really if you have really any issues. Bearing in mind that property had been really empty for about 6-7 years. So we knew really it was empty.
Yes.
We knew that we weren't going to be causing really any issues to them, but it was just kind of a softy kind of letter. And then you see at the end we wrote, oh, by the way, we also buy properties really in this area.
Yeah.
If you're ever looking to sell, please contact us.
Yeah.
Day 3, I got a reply offer.
Yeah. So whenever you buy anything, go and flyer the whole area and just a little postcard or a little letter saying, hey, I've just bought number 57, I'm a new owner, I'm going to be having some work done on the property, sorry for any inconvenience in advance, if there's any problems, let me know, I'll builders keep it down. Oh, by the way, if you know anyone who wants to sell or rent property in the area, I'm looking for more. And what that does is, because you've just bought a property, it shows them that, this person, well, I know they're going to buy, they're actually going to complete because they've just actually bought one. They've been really nice to let me know about not wanting to make noise. And, we've had a number of masterminds who've picked up deals on the very same street because of doing that. So it works really well, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay, great.
So, you see all of that we bought for $285,000.
That's a lot of building for that price.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
It's a lot because it needed some work as well, doing to it, quite a lot of work doing to it. We agreed a option on that subject to planning.
Right.
Even though we knew that we would get planning for it, really, it was just in case we don't. So we agreed a option for 9 months.
So we're going to buy it at this price, but
Yes.
we've got 9 months to sort the planning out to make sure we can do what we want to do with it.
Absolutely,
Great,
yes,
okay.
yes.
And it means no one else can then come in and buy it, which is you're locking everyone else out.
Yes.
Great, okay.
We paid £5,000, you see, up front to actually tell the vendor that, look, we are committed,
Yeah.
and we were paying £500 per month.
Okay.
Because the vendor was a bit concerned about his gas, really electric, water, and his insurance as well. So we said, look, we will cover all of that and some more as well.
Okay,
to help
great.
you. And then the £5,000 that we paid, and also the £500 per month came off at the from the purchase price.
So that's a great way to do it. We say, look, we'll give you the purchase price you want. We need time to get planning. So we'll, in the meantime, we'll put down £5,000, show that we're serious. We're obviously spending money getting the planning as well. We'll cover your costs in the meantime. So really taking the problem away from them.
Yes.
But obviously everything you've paid comes off the price.
Absolutely,
That's great.
yes.
Which doesn't always happen with an option, but if you can negotiate that, well, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good so far.
So as I said, really, because it needed quite a lot of work, so we spent 380 converting it.
Okay.
We are converting it into a 15-bed HMO and a 5-bed serviced accommodation as well.
Okay.
Because we know that area works for that.
Yeah, okay.
And we get £3,500 per month cash flow for that, and the ROI is 102%. And we've left in about, I've left in about £20,000 in that. So really after the first year, the ROI is going to be infinite.
Right. So in other words, you bought it, done the work, refinanced it, but left 20k in.
Yes.
But so
and then we're going to take all of that out.
That will come back in the first year. Then obviously everything's infinite after that. Okay.
Yes.
Great. Excellent. Okay.
And there we are.
Okay. Now I think you've done a terrible job. That is crap.
What's wrong with the pink ensuite nowadays?
You know, they're probably collector items, those. Yeah.
Yeah, they're worth quite a lot of money.
Yeah. Now, before you go on, how many of you would look at that and think, oh, I don't want to touch that? Show of hands. Looks like a lot of work, doesn't it? Or some people are thinking, wow, look at the potential there. Okay. Why don't you show them the next picture of what you've done with it?
I've actually done with it.
Is that amazing? Does that deserve a round of applause? Just go back one again. From that to that. Amazing, huh? That's a great job. And just Sabina, very briefly, obviously, you didn't have any property knowledge beforehand, and this is with a joint venture partner you met, a mastermind, Garfield, who's a great guy. So, would you have done something like this before Mastermind? Would you have done it if you weren't working with someone else?
No. That's going to be a big fat no.
No, okay.
It's true.
And I know you had a picture at the very beginning. You and Garfield were some of our top performers on your Mastermind programme. Do you want to share what the overall results you did were? Do you remember that?
Yeah, so, gosh, you're asking me about numbers now. We bought about £2.2 million worth of property, really, in that first year. And the Simon talks, really, about replacing your income. Don't quit your job, don't do anything like that, really, until you've replaced your actual income. I had quite a high income to replace, and I knew that I wasn't going to replace that through single lets or through smaller deals. So I knew that I had to go big, but I also knew my strengths and my weaknesses. In fact, I spent some time writing down all of my strengths and all of my weaknesses, and I went, out there to all the PIN meetings, had lots of coffee, and I was trying to find somebody's strengths that were my weaknesses, and all of those things that Simon says about, can you spend time with them, can you call them really over for dinner, and spend the weekend together. Those are all of the things that I was also looking for as well.
And then instead of Pin, you actually found Garfield on Mastermind.
Yeah, it was great.
And obviously he had a lot of skills, and you were in a great area.
Yes.
And I know you're really good at finding deals. You're great at building relationships with people.
Yes.
And then he brought some of the technical building and project management knowledge, so it was a perfect match, wasn't it?
Yes.
And didn't you use, I know you both had a little bit of money, but didn't you pretty much use other people's money for most of it?
Quite a lot of it, yes.
Yeah. And that £1 million goal,
because you see again,
exactly.
you know, talking about strengths and weaknesses, I am great at finding deals, and I'm also even better at finding money as well. But the technical side of it, really, I'm not all that on, so therefore I have to find somebody else to actually do that.
And it's very smart, rather than trying to bumble through yourself.
Absolutely.
Get someone else and share some of the profit, really.
Yes.
Excellent, good. Any final tip you'd like to give people, Sabina?
On JVs or?
We're talking about JVs, that would be good, or anything at all.
JVs, yeah, yes, JVs. Now, quite a lot of people know that they can't do really all of this by themselves. I would highly recommend you guys write down all of your strengths and all of your weaknesses, because just by doing that, you will get quite a lot that you don't know about. So I thought that I was great at all of the numbers and all of the detail side of things. Works out I'm not that so great. So therefore, when you're looking for JVs, you know exactly what you are looking for, and you ideally you would like somebody to be the opposite really of you. So really, if you are the kind of person like me, likes going out there, talking to people, building those relationships, finding money, then you need somebody completely opposite to you. And don't rush really into it. Garfield really and I spent quite some time kind of talking, etc. And again, your values as well. I think the biggest tip I can say regarding that is that ask the person, you see, and quite a personal question, and if they're a bit really hesitant about opening up with them, or if they don't, then prod really a little bit more. But then if they keep on being closed, or if they're a bit guarded, then they are going to stay like that as well. So you want
somebody who can open up and be
absolutely.
I know things do go. I'm sure you've had some challenges, right?
Yes, absolutely.
You need to be able to work them through your partners, don't you?
Yes,
excellent.
you do.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that example and coming on stage. And let's thank Sabina Thorpe coming, please. Thank you very much. Hello, it's Simon here. And first of all, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this inspirational case study. I do hope you got massive value from it. And if you'd like to get some similar success with your property investing, I've got some great news for you. We have some on-demand 2-hour training about this specific strategy, which we normally sell for £197. But as a thank you for watching this video, I'm going to give you access to the on-demand training completely free of charge. All you have to do is look at the description below this video, click on the link, register, and you get access to that training instantly. So take action now, invest with knowledge, invest with skill.